we didn't start the game very well. It was something we wanted to do. Is we didn't want to ease into the game. The first period we didn't play well in our zone. We turned the puck over way too much. We weren't prepared to start the game. The third shift they scored. First shift of the second, I think it was pretty close. They scored, so we're not ready in that situation. But once we decided we were going to work, and once we decided we were going to get into the game, in the second period our chances were 10-4 for us in the second period. In the third period they were 12-4. And you know, I think they might have had 3 shots in the third period, but we have to work. And when we don't work, we're not a good team. When we work, we can be a good team. So I think there's a lesson learned there, and I think then the guys started battling. I think it was a lot of it in the second period. The line that really decided they were going to start working was Outmire, Selleck, and Shaw, and they maybe got a little energy into the bench a little bit. And so I think that kind of propelled people a little bit. But I think as a whole, I'm not very happy with the way we began the game, and I think that set the tone.
Yeah. I know you want to play more of an up-tempo attacking style. Is it early to assess that, or how did you think that went tonight?
Well, you know, it's just call it work.
Yeah.
You know, you have to work, and we're not going to sit back. But we worked harder in the second and the third after, you know, the beginning of it. So when we start working, you can see those results. We outshot them. We had 14 shots in the second period. We had 10 scoring chances. But, you know, when you get scoring chances too, it won't matter if it doesn't reflect on the scoreboard. So we can have some point blankers in the slot and right in front of the net. If they don't go in, all we're saying is that we're working.
Yeah.
You know, if some of those go in, maybe it's a tie game or maybe we're up.
Yeah.
You know, 10 scoring chances, you would think we'd score 1 or 2. But the guys, when we started working, we were better. And that's the message, you know. We have to work. We can't just play. That's a veteran skilled lineup with some of the best players in the league. You know, they've got guys who are MVPs and you know, what some people consider were the best players in the league. McCoy and Locke and Bolduc and Makari, and they've got a lot of weapons over there.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to work, that's just falling right into their hands.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wasn't happy with the way we played that first period. I thought we looked like an East Coast League team. Mm-hmm. But it showed a lot of character to fight back in, and I thought maybe we might have had opportunities. And we had opportunities in the second, and in the third we put a push on and scored the power play goal, and we had some other chances, but they didn't go in. But, you know, it's too little too late. You know, it sets the tone. We have to play 60-minute hockey games. And we have to be prepared from the beginning to the end. That's the consistency thing that I'm looking for, and that mental toughness part that I'm looking for.
Can you talk about the power play situation on offense and defense, and how you thought the team performed tonight on either side?
Bad. I mean, you know, there hasn't been enough time to spend on it, and the guys didn't execute what we asked. And once, you know, there was a few moments of here and there, but it wasn't what we asked them to do. And I don't think the guys have, you know, it's not enough time for them, I guess. They scored the goal. They did exactly what we asked them to do, and they scored. So we all looked at each other on the bench and say, well, it works when you do it, right? So. You know, there's too many things that guys are not moving the puck quick enough, and they're holding on to it and looking instead of moving pucks. Pucks have to move, or the bodies have to move. And if you stand still, it's going to be difficult. So, you know, it's early in the season. I'm going to keep working with them. Obviously, I mean, they scored a goal when we needed it in the third, and
15-2 shots in the last period.
Yeah,
so,
and 10 scoring chances in the third period. 12 in the.
12
in the third. In the third,
right.
And 10 in the second. So, I mean, we created some chances through work ethic, but we could be a lot better because we worked. They took some penalties. We didn't execute. We could have maybe, I don't know how many power plays did we have.
I think about 7. I think.
Yeah.
7. You know, like,
1 for 7.
You need to be more than that. You know, they get 7 power plays. You know, you want to be closer to 20% in the game. So, you know, 1 for 5 is acceptable. When you get into that, you want it to start scoring again. So, you know, it's not what we wanted.
No.
So, you know, I'm not happy with it.